Hello, everyone, and welcome back to SimpleSpeak English. And if this is your first time here, my name is Mark, and I'm really happy you are joining us today, wherever you are listening from. Maybe at home, maybe driving, maybe walking after a long day, or maybe even sitting at work during a small break. And today, we are going to have a very relaxed and natural conversation together.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lily, and thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Because we know life and work can feel busy, and sometimes learning English feels difficult when everything moves too fast. So today we want to slow things down and just talk in a calm and easy way, like two coworkers talking during a normal day at the office.
Yes, exactly. And today's topic is daily English at work. Light office conversation. The kind of English people use every day when they arrive at work, when they talk near the coffee machine, when they ask small questions, or when they just want to be friendly without talking about anything too serious.
And this is very important because many English learners know grammar and vocabulary, but they feel nervous during small talk because small talk is not about perfect English. It is about feeling comfortable and natural.
That's very true. And honestly, even native speakers sometimes don't know what to say in small talk. Sometimes people just talk about coffee, weather, or how busy they are.
Yes, and that is completely normal. So today, just relax, listen, and imagine you are sitting with us at work, maybe before the day starts.
So, Lily, let's start like a normal work morning. Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, Mark. I'm good. Just a little sleepy, to be honest. I stayed up a bit late last night finishing some work, and this morning my coffee feels very important.
I understand that feeling very well. I think many people listening understand that feeling too. Some mornings you wake up and you feel ready. And some mornings, you just need time to become human again.
Yes, exactly. And sometimes the first conversation at work is very simple, like someone saying, "Good morning, how was your evening?" And you don't need a long answer.
Right. You can say something like, "It was nice, just relaxed at home," or "It was busy, but good," and that is enough.
Mark, do you like talking in the morning at work, or do you prefer quiet mornings?
Honestly, I like quiet mornings at first. Maybe the first 30 minutes, because my brain wakes up slowly. But after that, I enjoy small conversations, because they make the workplace feel friendly.
I agree, because when people only talk about work tasks all day, the office can feel cold. But when people share small stories, it feels more human.
Yes, and small talk builds trust slowly. For example, someone might say, "Did you have a good weekend?" And that opens a simple conversation.
Speaking of weekends, how was your weekend, Mark?
It was nice, actually. I didn't do anything special. I just went for a walk, watched a movie, and tried not to think about emails.
That sounds like a perfect weekend. Sometimes doing nothing is exactly what we need.
What about you?
I met a friend for lunch, and we talked for hours. And it was funny because we kept saying, "Okay, last topic," but then another topic started.
That happens all the time. Good conversations don't end quickly.
And this is something important for English learners. Conversations are not always perfect or organized. People change topics naturally.
Yes, and at work, this happens too. For example, you start talking about work, and suddenly someone talks about food or travel.
Oh yes, food is a very common office topic. Someone always asks, "What did you bring for lunch today?"
Yes, and then everyone becomes interested.
Mark, what is the most common question you hear at work?
Probably, "Are you busy today?" Which is funny because most people are always busy.
Yes, and sometimes people say I'm busy, but they still want to talk for 5 minutes.
Exactly, because talking helps people relax for a moment.
I remember one office where every afternoon people asked, "Do you want coffee?" And it became a small social moment.
That's nice because simple routines make work feel easier.
And for learners, you can use very simple sentences like, "I need a short break," or "I'll be back in 5 minutes."
Yes, simple English is powerful, especially when spoken clearly and slowly.
Mark, do you think people worry too much about making mistakes at work?
Yes, definitely. Most people care more about communication than perfection. If your message is clear and friendly, people understand you.
That's comforting because many listeners feel nervous speaking English with coworkers.
And here is something important. Smiling helps. Even on the phone, people can hear a smile in your voice.
That's true. Tone matters a lot.
Let's imagine another office moment. It's mid-morning and you meet a coworker in the hallway. What would you say?
Maybe something simple like, "Hey, how's your morning going?"
And the answer could be, pretty good, just finishing some emails.
Or, "A little busy today, but it's okay."
These small exchanges are short but important.
Yes, because they show friendliness without taking too much time.
Do you ever have an awkward office conversation?
Oh, yes, many times. Once I asked someone, "How was your vacation?" And they said, "I didn't go, it was canceled." And I didn't know what to say next.
That happens to everyone. In that moment, you can simply say, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that," and move on gently.
Yes, and that's another good lesson. You don't need perfect words, just kind words.
Exactly.
Another common office moment is starting a meeting. People rarely start immediately, right?
Yes, usually people say things like, "Let's wait one more minute," or "How is everyone doing today?"
And sometimes people talk about the weather.
The weather is a universal topic, safe and easy.
Mark, do you think small talk helps teamwork?
Absolutely. When people feel comfortable, communication becomes easier, and work problems become easier too.
I agree, because people help each other more when they feel connected.
Let's talk about lunchtime at work, because that is often when conversations become more relaxed.
Yes, lunch conversations are usually more personal, but still light, like talking about favorite food, movies, or weekend plans.
And learners can practice asking simple questions like, "What do you usually eat for lunch?" or "Do you have any plans after work?"
Those questions are easy but very natural.
Do you prefer eating lunch alone or with coworkers?
Sometimes alone, honestly, because it helps me recharge, but other days it's nice to eat together and laugh.
That balance is important.
Yes, because work can be social, but people also need quiet time.
Another common situation is ending the workday. People often say, "See you tomorrow," or "Have a good evening."
Yes, and these small phrases create a positive ending to the day.
I think many learners forget that simple kindness in language is more important than complex vocabulary.
That's very true.
That's very true, and sometimes people think they need big words to sound professional, but actually simple and clear English sounds more friendly and more confident at work.
Yes, and when people use simple language, everyone understands faster and the conversation feels more relaxed, especially in international workplaces where people come from different countries.
That's a good point because many offices today have people with different accents and different levels of English, so clarity becomes more important than complexity.
Mark, do you remember your first job and how you felt speaking at work?
Oh yes, I remember feeling nervous, especially during the first week, because I didn't know the office culture yet and I wasn't sure when to speak and when to just listen.
I think many listeners feel the same way, especially when starting a new job or working in a new language.
Yes, and one thing I learned is that listening is also part of communication. You don't always need to speak a lot at first.
That's comforting because sometimes learners feel pressure to talk all the time.
Exactly, but even simple responses like "I see," or "That makes sense," or "Okay, got it," show that you are engaged in the conversation.
And those small phrases are used all the time in offices.
Let's imagine another situation. You arrive a little late to work. What could you say?
Maybe something simple like, "Sorry, traffic was heavy this morning," or "Sorry, the train was delayed."
Yes, short explanations are enough. You don't need a long story.
And most people understand because everyone has late mornings sometimes.
Another common moment is asking for help. Many learners feel shy about this.
Yes, but asking for help is normal at work. You can say, "Can you help me for a moment?" Or, "Can I ask you a quick question?"
Those phrases sound polite and natural.
And usually people are happy to help, especially when you ask kindly.
Lily, what about when you don't understand something in English at work?
I think it's important to be honest. You can say, "Sorry, can you say that again?" Or, "Can you explain it a little more slowly?"
That's very important because pretending to understand can create bigger problems later.
Yes, and most coworkers appreciate clarity.
Another daily situation is talking before a meeting starts. People often chat casually while waiting.
Yes, someone might say, "Is it busy today?" Or, "Has this week felt long to you?"
And those questions don't need deep answers, just natural ones like, "Yes, it's been a busy week," or "I'm looking forward to the weekend."
Speaking of weekends, this topic comes back again and again in office conversations.
That's true. People like talking about future plans because it feels positive.
Mark, do you think small talk helps reduce stress at work?
Definitely. A short, friendly conversation can change your mood, especially during a stressful day.
I agree, because work is not only tasks and deadlines, it's also relationships.
And when people feel comfortable together, communication becomes smoother.
Let's talk about another common moment. When someone looks busy, what should you say?
Good question. You can say, "Is this a good time?" Or, "Do you have a minute?"
Yes, that shows respect for the other person's time.
And if they are busy, they might say, "Can we talk later?" And that's completely normal.
Learning these small, polite phrases makes a big difference.
Another situation is giving small compliments at work.
Yes, like saying, "Good job on that presentation," or "I like your idea."
Compliments build positive energy in a team.
And they don't need to be exaggerated, just honest and simple.
Lily, have you noticed how often people talk about being tired at work?
Yes, almost every afternoon someone says, "I need more coffee."
That sentence exists in every office in the world.
And it becomes a shared experience, something people laugh about together.
Humor is important too, even small humor, because it makes conversations feel human.
Yes, but light humor is usually safest at work.
Agreed.
Another moment learners ask about is phone conversations at work.
Yes, answering the phone can feel stressful.
A simple way to start is saying, "Hello, this is Lily speaking," or "Good afternoon, how can I help you?"
Clear and calm.
And if you need time, you can say, "One moment, please," or "Let me check that for you."
Those phrases are very common.
Mark, what about ending conversations politely?
That's important too. You can say, "Thanks for your help," or "I'll let you get back to work."
Yes, that sounds natural and respectful.
As the day continues, energy changes in the office. Morning conversations are different from afternoon conversations.
Yes, afternoons are usually slower. People speak more casually.
Someone might say, "It's been a long day," and others agree.
And that shared feeling creates connection.
Before we slowly finish today's conversation, I think there is one important idea for learners.
What is that?
English at work is not about sounding perfect, it is about sounding comfortable and clear.
I like that, because comfort helps confidence grow.
And confidence grows through repetition, small conversations every day.
So if you're listening now, maybe tomorrow you can try one new sentence at work.
Something simple like, "How's your day going?" or "Do you need help with that?"
Small steps every day.
And over time, those small steps become natural conversations.
Before we go, thank you again for listening to SimpleSpeak English and spending this quiet time with us.
If this conversation helped you relax and practice English naturally, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Yes, and please leave a comment and tell us what kind of work conversations you want to practice next, because your ideas help us create future episodes.
Thank you for being here with us today.
Take care, keep practicing, and be kind to yourself while learning.
See you next time, everyone.
Bye, everyone.